What's going on, folks? Once again, I'm Ned from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're checking out Mechanix Illustrated. Uh, there it is, September 1958. This one's one of those ones that's so old, they're like, get into electricity, do electricity. They're not saying get into an electric appliance, just saying get into electricity, boyos. I absolutely love the 50s stuff. I'm in love with the atomic age, not just because of the Fallout franchise, but man, it's really something. Someone was saying in the comments that there's a word. There should be, no, he's saying there should be a word for that feeling you get when you see something and you're like, oh my God, how does that work? Does it work? Or I get that feeling so much when I look through all of these things. I love seeing these little ads, advertising, whatever little thing that I'll never know how to use because I'm a computer guy. I know some of this stuff. I use micrometers. I'm in love with this type of ephemera. Somebody says I've been using that word wrong. Ephemera. Ephemerate. Wow, I've never seen one of these. As in, they just kind of put it here and you cut it out. And that's Mechanix Illustrated. They just didn't want to leave a slip in the side. Now I'm wondering, how often do I see slits in the side? When did they come around? In the 60s issues? Learn to fuck with shit at home and get paid for it. And just like this guy right here. I just don't want to skim over this stuff. This stuff is all gold. Television, electronics, repair. Okay, so in the 40K universe, they keep talking about, not even just there, and so much science fiction that looks into the future, they talk about us getting to a point where we don't actually understand how any of the technology works, just that it does, but we forget how. This is technology that we're going to forget, and we're not going to need to remember that technology. We're just going to move on. The hand drill, the old hand drill. Nothing says power quite like that. If I was more intelligent, I'd probably get into that. But let's face it, I'm not the type of person to be very social. Have you interacted with me at all? What the hell is he selling? Haven't touched bottom yet. He doesn't like touching bottoms. It's okay to be gay, man. Oh, it's a fire extinguisher. Jeez, I wonder what happened to those ones. Tiny Presto does a job of bulking extinguishers 4 times as much. Another thing I just figured out. Another thing I absolutely love about the 50s is there was so much hope that you could have your own business doing so many things. You didn't have to join a corporation and sign a non-compete act. You could try something and maybe fail and your business would get bankrupt and you wouldn't. Oh my goodness, they're just like us on the internet complaining, oh, you think you did this at this time? Well, I did it better earlier. They had beer goggles even before beer goggles were a thing. And here's the eternal shot, RCA Institute, back when RCA was a thing that was respectable, right, guys? Be your own music teacher, it says, top left. Check out the fine honeys. They will love you when you teach them how to do something you learned yourself. You'd better be handsome, though. My goodness, in the 50s there was so much in front of you, before you. Everyone had ideas, inventors. I have a feeling that they're looking for some inventors here. And that is wonderful, I think. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Charles Atlas is still what I gotta look it up one of these days. Charles Atlas, right? In just 7 days I can make you a man. Buttered deltoids. And he was in the Rocky Horror. They had a song about him. So right here, 6-volt lights. A commenter had shared a memory with me that when he was little, him and his friends would go down to the rail yard, as one does, as a kid would. And when he saw the rail inspectors, the rail people over there, they would ask them for their old lantern batteries, and sometimes there would be a little bit of juice in them. That is awesome. That's America right there. That's Americana. None of this freaking John Deere moving everything down to Mexico and taking away jobs. Like, it's just people helping each other out. Just that's now, when it comes to farming, you gotta help each other out with stuff like that. True Americans help each other. And like, I'm Canadian, and we all damn well know that if an American farmer has an issue, man, you guys get together and you guys help each other and stuff like that. Just a kid being able to go down to the rail yard and get some extra batteries from the railman. You know what happened these days? Man, these days, the CEOs at the top would say, don't do that because if something happens, you'll be liable. There would have been some gosh darn lawsuit because some woman let their kids down there at the wrong time and they were really stupid and got themselves hurt, and the whole rail yard got frickin' sued. So now kids can't be anywhere near there. Although they do probably manage to get there. But let's face it, that is the new America where the playgrounds are locked up. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to bad talk America. It's the same way here, but it's literally part of the entire situation. I don't just view these things because I like to look at the advertisements. I also like to see what the universe was like back then. Technology has taken us so far, so quick, unbelievably far, unbelievably quick. And I do think that society has moved even faster in the last 5 years. And in society, moving ahead, we've also left a lot of things behind. I have an American friend who was a farmer in the States. She had dual citizenship somehow. I forget exactly how. Hypnosis, if you can't get ladies, there's another way to get ladies. You know damn well some people who read this thought that. Anyways, dual citizenship, and they had a farm, and something happened. Husband came down with something, and there was no way he was gonna be able to do a damn thing. He was, man. Now this is a really sad thing. The insurance, he was going to have to close down the farm. He had to get everything in for the year and everything wrapped up, but there was no way he could do it. And everyone got together and helped him. All of the farmers got together and helped him. And he managed to get it. He figured it out. They got everything done. Farmers have a love that is kind of difficult to describe. I mean, my dad told me about a time a long time ago. He went to a auction sale, and it was about a farmer that had lost everything, and nobody bid more than like $5 for anything. And at the end of the day, the original owner went home with it. And I bet any farmer 3 generations in will tell you at least one story like that. So now here's the nuance of the story. They had to move to Canada in order to live because there was no way with what the disease or whatever he had, there was no way he was going to be able to be financially solvent in the States. So though they preferred the States, they were forced to move to Canada for the health care. I really wish there was more the Canadians could do for the Americans for the health care. Because whether we want to admit it or not, we definitely benefit from the military down south being so close. I mean, I was kind of upset once upon a time when I found out that if a nuke was going to be launched at the U.S., it was probably going to be blown up over Canadian airspace if that's where it was, and it could be intercepted. And then I realized there's nothing in Canadian airspace. We got so much airspace between here and there. We'd see a spark up north and then just go right back to our barbecues and our bobbers, eh? Okay, so all of the villages around me had one of these giant-ish buildings that was basically a hotel, and it all just kind of rotted into the ground, all of them. That's interesting. All the hotels rotted into the ground. Well, the houses were generally taken care of. What's the take on that? Should I think that people involved in industry take worse care of their buildings? Maybe more wear and tear? I don't know, but there should be a takeaway from that. Oh, yeah, the Mechanix Illustrated always having Mimi. How's it going, Mimi? Looking good, girl. I don't care how big those tatas are. I want to see them. Boats on stilts. I'm guessing it does that so it won't launch right out of the water and do a barrel roll and decapitate everyone inside, right? Oh my god, Grasshopper Infantry. Just like the Starship Troopers books. They were going to put this in, but they didn't end up doing it. I mean, you can make a jump, but can you imagine landing? They don't got any springs on those shoes. They're going to break their ankles. I sprained my ankle coming down off a curb the wrong way while looking at a text. Oh my god, is that thing on a surfboard? Oh my god, that's a Jeep on a surfboard. That is, wow, that's retrofuturism at its finest. This is the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time. These guys are just like, this is completely fine. It's like gravity isn't hitting them. Extra. It's like they're being propelled, but their pants are in the situation as if they're just standing on the ground. Even if you jump a little bit, your pants move a bit. It doesn't look like they're being pulled through the atmosphere at all. I don't care. I love it. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just shut up and let you guys take this in. Surfboards. Charlie don't surf, but frick, the Americans sure do. They'll surf with anything. They'll put frickin' surfboards on their tanks, I bet, if they can get those things going fast enough. If they can't, they'll get jet engines on it. Come on, let's face it, the Americans are the best with planes. Lord knows that they have enough in their plane graveyards that can strap like 12 of them to a tank and probably still not incur any hardware losses. Just time. I'm gonna have to look that boy up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just having such a hard time with this. Tanks on surfboards? Oh my god. Here we see some clocks in a can. If this thing was any more American, it would be glocks in the can. Give it time. They'll figure it out. I could not do this job. These boys going through that pipe with that big ol' happy face. No, I'd have down the street going down behind me if I heard a sudden strange noise in there. I wonder if that's one of those 6-volt lights Buddy was talking about. A radiation detector that fits into your handbag. Hi, radiation detector. I'm Dad. Geez, that's a big old name tag. You could fit a life story on there. So here's the back. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Give me a sec. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Geez, that's interesting. Maybe if you're really lucky, Willie will let you drive his truck. I'm not really sure what these guys are doing, but this is an air truck. I guess they're trying to give oxygen to this passed out person, or I don't know. I'm going to make up a story, though. A moped that also mows your lawn and is German. That looks so European. Nothing is more. That's super. That is super European German. Whoa, check that out. It's a record player and an organ. You could make your own remixes. Oh, I stumbled into another one. That business takes the cake. I wanted to just talk about the picture. Check this guy out. He's like, yeah, oh boy, I know how to make cakes. It's not you. You have no idea. It's these ladies here. These are the ones who make the beauty. Admit it, you're just the guy that sits in the office. These ladies here, these are magicians right here, ladies and gentlemen. We all know it. There is no way that those things don't taste freaking awesome. Get some sassy, no-nonsense women in there. The kind that would, like, terrorize your children. Check it out, guys. Proof we always love toy soldiers. Some things never change. These days we got Warhammer 40k. Rin Tin Tin, secret radio. Oh, wow. This is so 50s. Unfortunately, I won't be able to scroll out. Something happened with the camera. Autofocus doesn't work. Things you never knew about women. What's going on here? We're going to figure this out, because Lord knows whether... they are all white. It's the patriarchy, guys. This is what they were warning us about. Scientific tests have shown that men know more about women than women know about men. Haha. These tests might have been made by men. Color affects women more. And they have a keener sense of smell. They can see shit from a mile away. Like, oh my god, legitimately, that's a thing. If a woman doesn't like your tie, it's too flashy, she'll be like, ugh, that tie. Man, I had this pair of pants I love because it was yellow and this chick wouldn't go out with me just because she's like, no, get different pants on. I love yellow. What's this BS? Low center of gravity allows men to sit without fidgeting? What? Even when... Okay, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Wow. In emergencies, it found that women were able to do their jobs with calmer demeanor. Okay. Oh boy, racing miniatures. Lovely, lovely. I've never seen these kind. I really'd like to. Anyways, I'm going to cut it off here and make part 2 later. Have a good one, folks.